Hi there, my name is Chris Endler. I'm a brand strategist at Chemistry Agency. Chemistry is a full-service independent agency. We do anything from account services to strategy and research, creative development, media and analytics, and of course production. And our ads come to life on social. It can be paid or organic. We do TV commercials, paid media like CTV, banner ads, Google responsive display, and we also do podcast and radio ads. So with my role as a brand strategist, I'm a few years into my career. The grouping of my role is kind of like 2 to 6 years in, depending on how quick you pick it up. But before this role, I was an associate strategist, which is straight out of college. With that role, a lot of my responsibility was kind of just being a sponge and learning what strategy is, how to think about approaching business problems. But now my day-to-day responsibility, it's a little less hand-holding from my manager and my boss. I still conduct a lot of research. I do audits on brands and competitors. I'm constantly briefing our creative team on our various ongoing projects. I provide strategic point of views to our clients. So if they come to us asking for our advice on how we should approach it, I'm the one that's kind of like the subject matter expert that will come to them and tell them like, you should do it this way, or no, you should avoid that. And then, I'm just kind of like a sponge when it comes to knowing who our clients are, like what does their brand embody, who are their audiences, what does cultural look like at large, what's happening, what's trending, what's not trending, and then really understanding who our clients' competitors are. I went from an agency that I interned at, that I got a full-time job at out of college, and I was so lucky to be at that agency, and I got pretty comfortable there, and I started hitting this point where I was like, I want to learn more, but I'm scared to, get out of my comfort zone because it's scary. It's scary leaving something that, the agency treated me so well. The culture was amazing. The job was fun. But there was a little piece in my gut that was telling me that I'm not learning as much as I could be learning. And so I made the decision to go and look at other agencies. And when chemistry came up and I, did the interview process, I got the job, and it was really scary because I was like, what if I'm not good enough? What if, I'm not exactly what they're looking for? And they, fire me 3 months in. Just know that making the jump can be scary. Especially if you're comfortable, but it is so incredibly rewarding because I have learned so much at this new agency. Another great lesson and piece of advice that I heard from my previous boss is to take initiative and manage up. Managing up is basically you reaching out to your boss, you keeping them organized because they have so much on their plate. And by you taking the initiative to say, hey, I have 3 hours of empty time this week. I don't really have a lot going on right now, but I would love to help you out in whatever you need. How can I help you? Or if you're in the agency world, hey, don't forget to log your timesheet. The month is about to end. So just being very vocal with them and, taking on more than you've been asked to do will go and it will help you. So now let's get into the type of skills and tasks that you take on when you are a strategist. First, I find being organized super helpful, speaking up and asking questions and just being insanely curious, right? So like as a strategist, you do a bunch of research. So let's say you see a statistic out there that says 68% of millennials prefer driving electric vehicles than regular cars. You don't just want to stop there. You want to go, okay, cool, but why? Like, Why do they feel so inclined to drive an electric vehicle? Is it because they want to, create a better future for their kids? Is it because it's easier to just plug your car in at night rather than having to stop by the gas station if you're running late for work? Like, what is the reason? And if you're constantly asking why to every single answer that you get, and you're kind of never satisfied with the answer, then you're going to be a really great strategist, because you're not letting a piece of data answer it for you. You're trying to find the root of the cause, which is going to create awesome creative.
In order to be a successful strategist, you have to be naturally curious, and you want to take observations, whether it's observations with culture or audiences, and you want to take that and you want to turn them into insights. So when it comes to turning an observation and turning it into an insight, there's a few steps. Step one is that you really just want to determine your objectives. So the client will come to you and give you a set of objectives that they want to meet when it comes to their marketing goal. You're going to understand them, and then you're going to take those objectives and you're going to state your hypothesis. Usually when you're a strategist, you tend to have a pretty good gut feeling. You're doing research on the day-to-day, so you want to state a hypothesis of what you initially think, how you can debunk something, or just what your gut is telling you. From there, you're going to start your research. You're going to go on websites like Mintel, read articles, you're going to read Reddit threads, you're going to understand anything from the audience to culture to data. Then once you gather your research, you're going to read it and you're going to analyze it. And you're going to see if you can identify any trends that come out of it. Once you find those trends, it'll help guide you to an insight. Then you're going to want to craft your insight statement. So here the example says, baby boomers spend more on their pets than other generations. That's our situation. They do this because their pets are proxies for children once they left the house. So baby boomers are empty nesters, they have more money to spend, they miss their kids, and they're willing to spend more money on their pets. So that's just a few tasks and responsibilities that you take on when you're a strategist, but some tips or advice that I would give to you is that find what you're passionate about or hobbies that you take on outside of work and see how you can craft a career around that. An example, as a strategist, you do a lot of research. It's kind of like a DIY for the brain, and I've noticed that I'm a really big DIYer when it comes to decorating and doing crafts, and so I kind of use that skill and apply it to my everyday workload as a strategist, and it's incredibly fulfilling. I love it so much, and I'm really hopeful that the next generation of strategists will love it just as much as I do.